my name is Polly Stevens, and today I'm going to be doing a brief overview of scarcity, monopolies, oligopolies, and perfect competition. So to start off with, scarcity is the tension between limited resources and products and the wants and needs of people, which are usually unlimited. So they'll want more and more, but resources limit the amount that's able to be produced. So for example, the people living in California at the time of the drought had an unlimited want and need for fresh water, but because of the drought there was a limit to the amount of water that was available. So that was the scarcity of the water that led those people to find a different way to get fresh water. And another example is fishing as an industry, because fishing is a popular industry, but it's led to a decline in certain fish populations, because as there's more and more fishermen putting lines in the water, and these fish are getting eaten and captured, and soon there's very few fish left. So as a result, those fisheries have to have new rules for how much they can fish and when they can fish, and they have to start trying to bring those populations back up because of the scarcity that has resulted from that. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about monopolies, and I'm going to move over here. So in a monopoly market, there is one big seller right here, and then there's a lot of buyers. So in this situation, that usually occurs when a company has a patent on a certain material that makes it so other companies aren't able to produce that product. So like, say if company A had a monopoly or had a patent on coffee, then no other companies would be able to make that. And monopolies would be even more widespread if that company had a patent on caffeine, because caffeine involves more than coffee. It involves tea and chocolate and whatever else. So monopolies are usually bad for a market, because when a company has a monopoly, that usually results in buyers not being able to do anything about high prices, because since there's no other competition, those companies are able to keep raising that price however they want, because they know that there isn't really any substitute to what they have. And a monopoly can also occur if a producer has a unique product that's only made in certain places. So like, say there's a company that has a headquarters in a country that is the only country that makes cotton. So if that country is the only one that makes cotton, and that company has the ability to become involved in the cotton industry, then they have complete control over the pricing of cotton and the distribution. So and since that's such a high necessity for a lot of different products, that could become a problem for buyers. So moving on to an oligopoly economy, there are a few different companies creating the same product. So let's say that if we're talking about gas, so if we have like BP here and Mobil right here, if they're both selling the same quality of gas, consumers are equally likely to go to either BP or Mobil, if we're ignoring factors like distance or personal preference or stuff like that. So if BP raises their prices, more people are going to be going to Mobil, because of the fact that over time they'll be saving more money at Mobil, and if they're not losing any quality with Mobil, there's no real downside to going there. So if BP does not then lower their prices back down to Mobil's prices, they will risk losing income and losing buyers. But on the flip side, if BP lowers their prices, then that makes BP the more attractive option, so then more consumers will be going to BP instead of mobile. So mobile either has to make the choice of lowering their prices as well, or remaining as they are and risking that same problem of losing income and losing more customers. So in an oligopoly, it's basically a tug of war between pricing between different entities of the same industry. And then perfect competition. So in perfect competition, that's the other end of the spectrum from monopolies, because in perfect competition there is a lot of sellers and there's a lot of buyers. So the pricing then isn't determined by the sellers, because if this seller raises their price, all of these buyers have the option of going to these other three substitutes, so there's no real benefit to this company trying to raise their prices. The pricing will be determined by supply and demand, and it will be affected by what the buyers want. So the buyers have more control over the market. Alright, so that was a brief overview of scarcity, oligopolies, monopolies, and perfect competition, and hopefully that cleared a few things up. Thank you for watching.